We just need to, haven't played a lot of zone, worked against the zone a lot in the first 4 weeks of practice. We got 6 days before we play again. We're going to be able to work on us the next 2 days, and so we need that right now. But need to move forward. Presbyterian played a good game tonight. Luckily, our defense and our rebounding, especially on the offensive glass, saved the day for us. Yeah, and at the same time, I mean, I'm one of those coaches. I don't hide stuff or don't talk about stuff. These guys got to understand. We talked about that. Just in terms of, for us to be who we want to be eventually, that stuff can't matter. We have to play Georgia Tech basketball. You put on that jersey, there's a certain things that you do. And it doesn't matter where you're playing, who you're playing, if the place is bonkers, like it was on Friday, or not so much, like today. If you're on the road, if you're in a tournament in Anaheim or ACC tournament in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Georgia Tech basketball. You got to play a certain way. And we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But that's the ultimate. That's where you want to get to. And, I thought some guys did that. Collectively, we didn't do that tonight.
Coach, when you talk about the success you had against the zone in the second half relative to the lack of success in the first half, you mentioned moving the ball better. Is it that simple? Can you just move the ball better? Because it would be like more of an effort to get inside the first
Yeah,
half.
right. I mean, and then, unfortunately, there was emphasis to get the ball inside in the first half, too. So now you're able to move the ball and get the ball inside. I think the post guys posted harder. I think the guys looked in there a little more. I think we handled, we were able to withstand a little of their pressure that they put on us in the perimeter. But, yeah, there was no doubt that, getting the ball moving, post guys posting, and actually looking to throw the ball in there was more emphasized, and we were much more successful at it in the second half. I did. We went over. We changed up the offense a little bit in the second half. More of a 2-guard front with Marcus running the baseline and the 2 guys posting like we did in the first half. I thought that was a good adjustment. I thought our guys responded well to something we haven't really worked on. But I got on them a little bit, but it wasn't fire and brimstone, type of thing. Again, we freshmen responded well, and our upperclassmen. I mean, Mufan did not shoot the ball well tonight, but I'll take 6 assists and no turnovers. I'll also take the defensive effort that he had on Mutakabbir in the second half. He was tremendous on him in the second half. I don't know, did he score a point in the second half? 1 point in the second half. So I'll take that. Again, we just have to get a better feel of when to aggressively take shots, and that's just something we need to keep working on.
Seemed like in the first half you struggled converting underneath around the basket. You had a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing, and I thought we had some in the second half. There was a stretch where maybe we took a 12 or 14-point lead, and we could have stretched it, and we just made 4 or 5 bad plays in a row. And when I say bad play, maybe even a finish at the basket. We need to convert those, not be in a rush. Our big guys are strong inside. They need to finish those plays around the basket. And, because against the zone, when you get them, you got to finish them.
I guess you have to be happy with only 7 turnovers.
Yeah, again, I was not happy with the assist total in the first half. Much happier in the second half. But again, 7 turnovers. We've emphasized taking care of the ball, and we had only one player had more than 1 turnover. And so it's getting through because you have to, especially when you're struggling to score, you can't have empty possessions with a turnover.
Just pretty much getting the bigs more involved. You know, in the first half, we really didn't give them that many touches, and we took a lot of threes. You know, in the second half, we made some adjustments at halftime, and we got the bigs some more touches and played better inside out. So that's pretty much the thing we did.
What adjustment did you make in the second half on Khalid defensively?
Coach made the adjustment. For me,
He wasn't guarding them the first half.
coach made the adjustment to switch on Mutakabbir, and I took it as a challenge pretty much to just lock him down. And I just picked up intensity by doing that, and those guys just followed. So that's pretty much it.
Were you trying to take away the outside shot, or?
You just don't score pretty much. Try to take the outside shot, layups, and my team did a great job. They, you know, when he did get me by me, they helped, stunning, recovering, things of that nature. You said what now?
How did you guys avoid letdown?
Just practice hard. You know, after that game was over with, Coach told us, you know, it's not gonna be the same type of game just like last Friday night was. It's gonna be a whole different game. It wasn't gonna be that many people in the stands. It wasn't gonna be as crowded. So we had to come out with the same type of energy and the same type of effort. In the first half we didn't, but the second half we picked it up to pull the game out. You know, it was a rough game, but at the end of the day, we won. You know, I feel like last year at this time, I never know what we would have done. So at this time, on a good note, you know, we're 2-0 instead of 1-1.
I thought the second half, when you look at it, the 28-13 is a fairly significant number just due to the fact of the number of possessions. They took that clock down many times the last 10 seconds. You know what I mean? So offensively, efficient-wise, we were probably pretty good, you know, with 28 points at that.
Do you think your 10-man rotation is going to help you as the year goes on?
Well, you know, we were 18-1 on bench points. I hope so, because I think we need all 10. And I said that to a couple of the guys in the timeout. You know, is that you know, we need all 10 guys right now to be, you know, keep improving and moving forward. I said in the radio show before the game, I'd like to get to the point where, you know, you more or less have, you know, 8, 9, 10 guys that you can say, you know, in this matchup we're better here, so maybe that guy starts or whatever the case might be, you know. But, you know, the numbers in terms of minutes is important. You know, Mufon played 30 last year. That would have been a 36-minute game for him. And over the course of a season, that gets you. You know, Daniel, I think his productivity almost had 10 rebounds again tonight, and that's doing it in 28 minutes as opposed to 34, 35 that he had to play last year. We got to get a couple guys playing better, though. There's no question about that, to make that rotation even better and stronger. Yeah, I mean, again, and he missed a jump hook that was a really good move there. I think we were up 10 or 12 at the time with a couple minutes to go. He just, you know, he has struggled a little bit shooting the ball from the perimeter, and he's a good shooter. He made the last 3, and hopefully maybe that'll turn things around a little bit. But he did a great job in the post. You know, we fed the post, and they kind of let him go one-on-one in there. And, you know, that's an area he needs to keep getting better at, you know, because we need that, him and Cam and Julian and Daniel. Those 4 guys give us a lot of different options with our post scoring. Say that again, I'm sorry. Well, you know, it's a long trip, you know, and so we're going to spend a lot of time together. And guys are going to have to pack a few extra toothbrushes and socks and stuff like that because we're out there for a while. But so I think that's good for the team. I think, you know, we need to keep building the chemistry and the trust amongst the team. There was a couple times that we didn't share the ball like we need to. And I don't think it's just something that we got to get better at, because that's one of the ways we're going to get better. But, we're playing very good competition out there. But, when you play in these tournaments, you play in them to win a championship. Anytime you have an opportunity to be called a champion, that's your main objective. But you can't do that unless you win the first game. So we'll focus on Rice and, try to advance in that tournament, understanding we have a great opportunity against really good, teams to continue to build. And every time out, now you got 3 games in 4 days. Again, we have to play Georgia Tech basketball every time out. We can't divert from that, our main objective of every day in practice, whatever, developing the habits that this is how we play and this is going to help us be successful.
Yes, ma'am. I think our bigs are better than their bigs are, but they did a good job of playing the zone, and that's something we got to get better at, is playing against the zone.
Rob, do you starting to feel more comfortable with some of the moves you're showing down low now?
Yes, sir. I'm starting to feel really good. It's just the zone. They started off in the zone. We had to get adjusted to it.
Had a few different plays we kept trying, and then we came out at halftime with a new one, which had the 3 Marcus running the baseline, kind of opened things up more.
Yeah,
just open it up, and people were making shots.
Yeah, just coming out with more energy, just being more aggressive. Even if we didn't think it was working, just being more aggressive and outplaying them, basically.
I guess it makes it a little more difficult playing against that zone in the beginning when some of the outside shots aren't falling.
Yes, sir. The outside shots definitely open up the zone. They got to go out there and guard those guys, leaving fewer guys in the paint. So, it just wasn't the night for shooting, but you're gonna have those nights. We got to get better at that.
Yeah, like Coach told us before, we not always gonna shoot the ball well. I mean, that's any team. I mean, we got to do other stuff to overcome those things, which we did tonight. And little teams like this are the teams that like to stick around. But we overcame it and fought through and got it win.
How did you guys kind of avoid a letdown? Why exactly?
Just knowing, we're going to have these games where we don't play, the best teams, and we're not going to have the most energy for the games. And, that's something we have to get better at. And I think we did a pretty good job, but once we got that big lead, we kind of let them back in. And then it's just, you're going to have those games, you're not going to play Duke every night. You can't be excited every night, but that's something we got to get better at.
I mean, that just show what our team's about a little bit. I mean, even though we wasn't playing against the best team and they was making some incredible shots, we still pulled together as a group and said we're not going to let this be a letdown for us. So we pulled together and we overcome it, and we got the W. Got the win.
What was the approach from the coaches like in the locker room?
We lost. We lost the first half, and we weren't playing Georgia Tech basketball, stuff that we've been working on since we started practicing at the beginning of the season, and you just kept running into us, telling us what to do, and then we kind of got it to a little start at the beginning of the second half, and we kept going with it.
Yeah.
Coach said this might be a game you guys wouldn't have won. You just not really having to. Is that something that you noticing is different?
Yes, ma'am. There are a lot of games, Mercer, Fordham last year, that we just didn't have the focus, and we weren't the most excited for those games, like I was saying earlier. But now we know that those games are critical and very important to getting us to a good start when we start the conference games.
Yeah. What'd you say? Can you repeat the question? I mean, you definitely feel like the momentum. I mean, you don't know the exact numbers, but you can feel the momentum. And I mean, I think when we went on an 18-0 run, they called a timeout. I mean, those are the type of things you want to do throughout the game. But you definitely feel it, but you don't know exactly what the numbers are.
Robert, you get more confident in close games, so you try
Yeah, like I say, last game was the first game, and like Coach say, more and more I play, I'm gonna get confident because, like you say, I'm a pretty good player. It's just I just gotta continue playing. Like you said, my shot hasn't been falling lately, so just continue to shoot the basketball and gaining more confidence in myself. I mean, I think I'll be pretty good, and with the teammates I have, I think they pushing me every day. I'm gonna be a pretty good player.
good to have that
Oh yeah, I'm definitely trying to get back. Get my shooting back right. I mean, I always been a pretty good shooter, and like over the last couple of weeks and stuff, I just been I wouldn't say slump, but I haven't been shooting the ball the best. So making that through tonight definitely probably boosted my confidence back up.